Alright, so we've now got our first function and event listener pair. Now, of course, we are not going to be writing it with the traditional way. We're going to be using pre-oop. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a comment, traditional, and maybe even comment out all of this. So I might select the whole region, create my comment that goes over everything, and I might copy and paste the pre-oop or the code underneath, and the reason why is because I'm now going to do pre-oop. Let's see, this is the traditional. I can't spell traditional. This will be my pre-oop jump to label. So I'm going to copy and paste that. And now we're going to change a little bit about it. So we need to insert a new function, and this function is going to be go to label. So we're giving it a fairly easy name to understand, go to label. And in the case of this, if we take a look at the code beneath, we have a couple things that change. We have the button that we're clicking and the label that we're going to. So those are the two arguments for our goToLabel function. So we'll have my button, which is going to be an object. Then we'll have my label, which is going to be, of course, a string. Now we can do the colon void if we want, and we do need to wrap this and all the rest of it with a new set of curly brackets. And to check and make sure that that's correct, let's do our auto format, and it should inset the function and event listener pair inside that new function. Now we can change information inside of our sub function here, our internal function, so that we use more generic things, myClick, or we can call it click handler. There's all sorts of things that we can do there. And then, of course, instead of go to and stop, we're going to go to and stop. Instead of end, we're going to go to and stop the label. So I will do Control C and paste my label in go to and stop as the argument. Then we have the button that's being clicked on, and instead of using a hard-coded button, we're going to use my button, which is the variable. And it looks like that is now correct. We can always check our syntax, make sure there are no errors. And if that's correct, now we need to invoke this function. So I typically copy the function so that I make sure that I put things in the right order. So we first have the button that's going to be clicked on, and that button is going to be the end button. And then, of course, we're going to be going to the end keyframe. Oops. Then if we want to use the exact same thing, we're going to have the start button going to the start label. So let's check it out and see if it works. Go to end. Aha! Term is undefined and has no properties. We'll have to figure out what that is. So let's come back and take a look at this. Whoops. Always happens that way. If I take a look at this, I am going to suspect that the problem is the this frame label. And I don't know why this comes up as an issue, but it does happen often. So I'm going to go ahead and take that stuff out and test it again and see if it works. And it does indeed work now. I go to start, I go to end, and both buttons work. So let's go ahead and save your work here, and then we're going to go on to targeting the other scenes.